new week and a new episode of the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful Monday. I'm having a pretty solid Saturday myself, but if you guys aren't, hoping to make that better with this episode. We got a lot of great things planned out in this episode. We got ranking our top 10 wide receivers. We got a fun little game that we're going to play that I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with, but we're going to see how that goes. We got some NFL news regarding free agency, rankings, things like that we want to get into. But before we start this podcast off, I want to talk about something a little more serious regarding our sport. At the age of 25 years old, Rondell Moore has passed away. According to New Albany Police Chief Todd Bailey, Rondell Moore was found deceased in his garage of his property with a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound. An investigation is underway. And this is obviously going to be a lot different than our normal podcast, but we've heard news like this in our sport a lot over the years, and I can't emphasize just how tragic it is to hear these young stars lose their life. I mean, at just ridiculously young ages. I mean, I'm 23. This guy is 2 years older than me, and he just lost his life. And I think the moral of this story and the big thing that you can take away from it, man, is, I mean, just check on your loved ones. I mean, you truly never know what people can be going through. I mean, it's a lot bigger than sports at the end of the day. I think people look at these players and they just look at them as helmets. They just look at them as people that catch footballs all day, and that's all they are. I mean, these are real human beings with real emotions. This is a guy that just dealt with back-to-back years of season-ending injuries. And that's something that affects you mentally. I mean, the rehab process, the fact that you can't go out there and do what you love every single day. I'm sending a lot of prayers to his family and friends, and just an overall terrible day for the entire NFL community and sports community. I'm saddened by it, man. I'm saddened by it, man. We've seen, like I said, we've seen this happen so much in our sport. And it just hits every single time. It's like, damn, it just hits the timeline, and you're like, no way. Like, you see it, and it's like, it's just some BS report. And it just, man, it's man, I don't even want to keep deliberating on the point because it's an emotional subject, and I just really wanted to get that up in the air and really talk about it before we got into anything else in this podcast. As I said, sending prayers out to his family and friends, and rest in peace to Rondell Moore. And I'm hoping that all your pain is away. Okay, now we can get back to the podcast. It's something hard to focus on when you have sad news like this, but we'll get to it. As I mentioned, all the things we're going to go into throughout this podcast. You guys know how we start these videos with Pregame Talk. So if you're new, leave a like, leave a subscribe, rate us 5 stars. What do we got today for Pregame Talk?
So today's Pregame Talk, I'm going to have you going up against AI. And not necessarily in a competition, mainly just so like getting your opinion and comparing it to AI and see, where AI is at with, a normal sports fan. Yeah. So this is going to be Hall of Fame probability. And I got a couple current players, and I got a couple players that are retired now and, looking to get in the Hall of Fame very soon. So I just want you to give a percentage out of 100. Okay. And I'm gonna go down the list. I'm gonna have you give your percentage, and then we're gonna go around one more time, and I'm gonna tell you what I got from AI, and we're gonna compare.
Okay. So I don't mind this.
All right. First one we got. We're gonna start with current. Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, obviously, and I don't even know if if they can even do that. This is looking at it. I mean, I guess you can't really tell off of the answers, but is this looked at as if they retired today? Is that how ChatGPT is probably looking at it? Or AI?
I think so. I think
Okay.
so. I think it's
Okay.
less. I think it's less as much projection. It's more of
Right.
just right
Because
now.
projection, I mean, it's
Maybe
near
a little
100.
projection in there, but I think mainly
Okay.
mainly looked at just as today.
Okay. Justin Jefferson, 6 years in the league, 6 years of 1,000 yards, an offensive player of the year. I think he's tied for the most like 1,500 yard seasons of all time with like three, I want to say, or maybe it's 1,600 yards. It's something like that. Tied for the most. I'm going to give Justin Jefferson, because it's a mix of both, I'm going to go. I think I want to go somewhere in the 70s. I'm going to go 78%. Because I think if he were to retire today, I think it'd be like in the 50s to 60s. And then if we're projecting, it's in the high 80s to 90s. So I'm going to take that middle ground and go like 78%.
All right. Next, we got Dak Prescott.
Dackerson Prescott. Dak's good. Obviously doesn't have, the playoff success that a lot of people would like. He's had some really good years for sure. I think like 3 or 4 years of 30 plus touchdowns, but I don't think this is going to be incredibly high. I think I'd probably place this at I would say somewhere in the 30s, like low 30s. Like I'll say 32%, because basing it off of a little projection, maybe he ends up playing, I don't know, 7, 8 more years, and he has that longevity, pull. So I'll go like 32%.
All right. Next, we got Max Crosby.
My boy Max. This is a tough one. This is one that I've even been thinking about myself. Max doesn't have a ton of accolades. Obviously, he doesn't have a defensive player of the year. I don't think he's ever been an all-pro first-team player. And I know he's been a second team, I think, twice. It's tough. It's tough. I think basing it off projection and current, I think I'm gonna land. I think I'm gonna land 64%. I think I'm gonna land there. Maybe that's a little low. Maybe it's a little high. No, I'll stick it. I'll stick at 64.
All right. Next, we got Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack's high. I'm gonna keep this short and simple. I mean, defensive player of the year. I'm pretty sure 100 plus sack career. We're gonna go 88%. 88% on Mack.
All right. All right. Now we're gonna go to players who are retired now. And First one we got. It's gonna be a tough one. Eli Manning.
Yeah, I think this is a guy that is eligible up on this next year. Eli. I'm going to slide Eli in I mean, I don't know if he does. It's close. He's got the 2 rings. He's got, some legendary playoff runs, but just overall, regular season success hasn't been there. He's got some solid, peak years, but nothing too crazy. He's really just got the longevity. I'll go, because he's a quarterback, I'll probably go somewhere in the 60s, I'll go like 67%. I feel like they're more catered towards quarterbacks, so I'll go 67%. No clip for him.
All right. Next, we got Antonio Brown.
Yeah, this should be really high. I mean, just considering, his dominance, but I think you got to factor in off the field. I don't know if AI is, but I'm going to go high again. I'm going to go 91%, probably the highest that I've heard so far. If he didn't have the off the field, it'd be 100, but because of that, I'll go 91.
Okay. Now we got Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay. Yeah, Ben's probably going to be a little bit higher than Eli. I think he's definitely peaked higher in the regular season. He's also got his rings, and he's got a little bit more playoff success. I'll slide Ben in at I'll go Ben at a 77%. We'll go 77.
All right. Now we got Julian Edelman.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of guys with solid regular season careers and guys that have had very, very successful playoff careers. Edelman was never, a top 5, close to it. Maybe some years you could argue at that 10 to 9 mark, but never really a consensus top 10 guy, a really reliable target. That's tough. I'm going to go Edelman at I'm going to probably go low here though. I'm probably fall in.
How much weight does that Super Bowl MVP hold?
Yeah, right. I'm a roll in at like 28% just because of the playoff success, but regular season wise, he's not even close to a Hall of Famer, but I'll give him a little bit of boost because of it, so I'll go 28.
All right. And the last one we got is Marshawn Lynch.
Lynchy got his ring, should have 2. Had some really strong years for a back. We're gonna throw Lynch probably in the 60s. I'll go 61. I'll go 61 with Marshawn. Maybe that's a little low, but I'm gonna land 61.
All right.
And that was you guys still got more, or was that the last
one?
No,
that was it.
Okay. So wait, were you tracking what I was saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say because I'm like I kind of remember, but okay, let's hear the result. I'm actually interested. I feel like I was off.
Do you want to go in order, or do you want to go like which ones you were close?
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's go. Which ones are like closest to, and then just go down.
The closest one you were with AI was Antonio Brown.
I said 91.
You said 91. AI gave him a 90%.
Okay. Off by 1. I'll take that. Yeah, I mean, that was the one I was most confident with. I felt like that was the highest one I gave. So that makes sense.
You want to know the furthest one you were?
Oh, I'm nervous.
What do you think?
Furthest one. Run through the names really quickly for me.
Justin Jefferson, Dak Prescott, Max Crosby, Khalil Mack, Eli, Ben Roethlisberger, Julian Edelman, and Marshawn Lynch.
I think Edelman or Lynch.
And do you think you were off by too low or too high?
I don't know. I think I was too low on Edelman because I think they're gonna factor in the playoffs.
You were not low enough on Edelman.
Yeah. Wow. He's that low.
They gave him a 10%.
Wow. I mean, I wanted to go in the teens, but I'm like, I'm just gonna give him a boost because Edelman's like a 3-time Super Bowl winner, a Super Bowl MVP, had some great playoff runs. Like, I guess I gave him a little too big of a boost. So I was off by 18% on that. Was that my largest one?
Yeah. No.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Not the largest.
Oh, let's start back at the top. So I was Antonio Brown was the closest. What was the next closest I was?
Khalil Mack.
Okay, I said
85% for AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just keep going down. Save me from my troubles. I want to be embarrassed last. What's next closest?
The next highest, I believe, is Eli. Yeah.
Eli,
you said 67. AI had it at 75.
Damn, that's yeah. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, they're just obviously this isn't like first ballot,
Yeah, yeah,
so they're
yeah.
just more so he'll eventually get in, which I think he probably will.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know if I would vote him in, maybe, but I think he's done a lot of great things. You know,
Yeah.
you can't tell the story of the league without
Yeah.
really Eli Manning. So
That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
The next is Justin Jefferson. You
What
said
I have
78. They
uh
had him at 65.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I think I was factoring in projection a little too much, so that's why I gave him that boost. But okay.
And
Damn.
then was Marshawn Lynch.
So I was really
You said
off on somebody. That's crazy.
you said 61. They had him at 45.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I was overrating Lynch. I want to look up Lynch's stats while you keep going real quick. Maybe I was a little too high.
Next would be Dak. You had him at 32. They had him at 20.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Next was Ben Roethlisberger. You had him at 77. They had him at 95. The highest on this list, by the way.
Damn. Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean,
He has a lot of Pro Bowls. I
Yeah.
know that. He doesn't. I don't know if he even has an All Pro, but he's got the counting stats. He's got the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's got the Pro Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe that's a little hate from me on Ben. I mean, I'm checking out his numbers right now. Yeah, he's got the longevity. He's got the 2 rings. He's got a ton of Pro Bowls, so I can see it. I mean, I don't know if I can see 95, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just too harsh. I think I'm too harsh when it comes to it sometimes with these quarterbacks. I don't know. It was a I mean, I guess I can say it was a different era. He played like mixed of 2000s and 2010s, but I don't know. That's crazy. I was what 20 or no? I was like 18 off. What did I have 78 or 77?
Yeah.
Sheesh. All right.
That's not the worst one, though.
Yeah. I what it's looking like is the worst one is Max.
That's the last name on here.
What did I have?
You had him at 64.
I'm gonna assume they probably had him in like the 20s.
35.
Damn. I mean, I guess maybe that was probably a little bit of bias in me.
I think when you said 64, I was a bit surprised. That was pretty high.
Yeah, I mean he's got basically 70 sacks in 7 years. You know, I just think I don't know. I think he's got a couple All Pros to his name. He's got what 5 Pro Bowls to his name. He's up there. He's had 3 seasons of 22 tackles for loss or more. I think this past year with 28 is like 3rd or 4th all time in a single season. I don't know. He's got some decent peak years.
It's a good peak, but you just he's got to keep it up.
Yeah. I think these past 2 years with injury is going to really hurt him, missing a combined 7 games. And I know this year was out of his control. He wanted to play, and I can understand why he wanted to play because obviously he has 28 tackles for loss. He would have easily crossed 30, but yeah, that makes sense. That was a little bit bias on my part. That makes sense, though. That was the last name you said? That was the furthest?
Yeah.
Damn, I was almost 30 off.
I also want to throw in a fun fact. Obviously, Pro Football Reference. You know how they have the Hall of Fame tracker, little meter thing. They have like a point system.
Yeah.
I don't really know how it's scored. Marshawn Lynch he's not numbered on here, but I mean he's up here with all the names of the Hall of Famers. Like he's right in the mix. He has a higher score than Derrick Henry.
Marshawn Lynch does. Wow.
That was a little crazy.
That is wild. Because if you would have said Derrick Henry to me, I probably would have said like 97%. That is wild. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, Marshawn Lynch's best year.
When you look at it from accolades wise, 1 Super Bowl to 0. They both have the same amount of All-Pro first teams, and they both have 5 Pro Bowls. I'm guessing those hold a lot of weight.
I don't know. I really
The
wish
numbers, I mean, Henry has what? Almost 40 more touchdowns, rushing touchdowns at least. And then he has like 2,600 more yards on 200 more attempts.
Do you have Marshawn's numbers pulled up?
I could pull them up.
What is Marshawn's best? Because I have Henry. I'm curious. What is Marshawn's best year
2012.
statistically? What is
when
that?
He was All-Pro first team. 1,500 or almost 1,600 yards and 11 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean,
didn't lead the league in any of those though.
That would probably be Henry's 3rd or 4th best season. Probably 4th. That's nuts. I don't. That's
5.0
so
yards per attempt.
That's so crazy.
It's All-Pro first team though.
I mean, Henry just had Marshawn Lynch's peak year at 31. That's crazy. I don't. That doesn't make sense to me at all. But what do I know? Anyway, we got a little bit of news that I want to get into before we hop into this game that we're going to play. Some news regarding free agency. The Cowboys and running back Javonte Williams agreed to terms on a 3-year, $24 million deal. I think a really nice deal for the Cowboys. Javonte was surprisingly really, really good for them. I can't say surprisingly. Javonte's been a good back for a little bit now, especially when he was with the Broncos, but he dealt with too many injuries, and he found his home with the Cowboys, and I think this is a great deal. There were, talks of the Cowboys looking to potentially draft a running back, and I think that goes out the window with this type of extension. Well, I should say drafting a running back highly with this. They could obviously still do it, but probably later in the draft. But I think an overall great deal for both sides. Honestly, I guess a little bit low for Javonte. I mean, $8 million a year. He just had an amazing year. You'd think he'd get a little bit higher, but I think a good deal nonetheless. Some other news regarding free agency and deals and things like that. Teams over the past week and leading up to March 3rd can begin applying the franchise tag to players. And I want to play a game with me and you where they listed some potential franchise tag candidates. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, technically 7. There's 2 for the same team, but we'll say 7. We'll just land on 7. 7 potential candidates, and I want to play a game of let's call it tag or bag. Do we think these players will get tagged by their teams or go elsewhere and get the bag? And the first name on this list is George Pickens. Do you think George Pickens would get tagged, or is he leaving and getting the bag? Because this is probably the toughest one for me of these names. What do you think?
I think he would get tagged.
You think so? I mean, there's a chance he can obviously stay and the Cowboys re-sign him. It's a lot of money. They'd be tied into their big 3 for a lot of money. So I don't know how realistic that is, but I do agree. I think he gets tagged. If they do tag him, I believe it would be around like 28-ish mil. But I agree with that. I think he gets tagged as well. The next one is the Colts, and this is 2 options. This is Daniel Jones and Alec Pierce. I think Alec Pierce is gone, and the Daniel Jones one is interesting because obviously he played out of body this past year, but then he goes down with an injury, and the Colts start playing a lot worse in that second half of the year after they were looking like a team that could potentially make a run in that AFC, a down year in the AFC. I mean, if the Colts were still playing that same football that they were those first 6 weeks of the season, they could have very well been in that race in the AFC. I think I think they potentially tag Jones though. Would you be
How
in
much
agreement with me?
would they be tagging him for?
Let's see. Let's look up the quarterback franchise tag 2025. Let me see if I can even find this type of information.
Does it vary though for player, or is it just
It's like the top 5 average of the position. So a quarterback franchise tag would be $47 million for 1 year.
What?
Yeah, it's the
for
top
any quarterback, really?
I mean it takes the top 5 highest paid at the position, and then it's the median of that. Like that's why.
Really, that's how it's always been.
Yeah,
I thought it was like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought it was kind of like based on their last contract, kind of. I don't know.
Because like a running back franchise tag is the lowest at 14, then it goes tight end at 16, safety at 20.
Fuck no, they don't tag him. Man.
You don't think so? I mean, I get it. It's a lot, but it's kind of like a prove it deal, because if not, they probably lose him unless they're able to somehow come to terms on like a 2-year deal worth like 30 or something like that. It's going to sound like a lot, but I mean, Jones did have a really good year before he got injured, so they could think that
he's not
really
even
him.
Coming back next year, probably.
Was his injury?
He tore his fucking Achilles.
Yeah, he did. When
in
did
December.
He do that? That was in December?
Yeah.
Let me see this.
Week 14.
You're probably right. Let me see. There is a Reddit post here for those thinking Daniel Jones is out for 12 months. He's not. He tore his Achilles on December 7th.
Penix.
The team is hopeful he can return June to July. General timeline works. IMO Colts moving forward with idea. Jones is there. I mean, I don't know if this guy is really tapped in with the Colts, but it's saying the Colts.
Who the fuck is
forward.
Mike Chappell?
His idea, or the Colts' idea, is for Jones to be their starter in 2026. Now, I guess that's a good point. I did not think about that. I totally forgot about his injury. If there is real concern around his injury that he cannot be ready to go at the start of the season, then yeah, I don't think they tag him. I think he just goes into free agency. And yeah, that's interesting, because who is even going to take a chance on that, considering he's injured? I don't know. Maybe that one, I guess, because it was 2 names, we'll just leave that one alone.
Jets.
We'll just yeah, he could go to the Jets, but I guess we'll just leave the Colts at Alec Pierce, and I think I would go bag. I think he gets a bag elsewhere, and that elsewhere is with the team behind me. The next name we have is your boy, Kyle Pitts. Does he get tagged, or does he get the bag? You think he gets tagged? And the tight end tag market is $16.3 million. You're cool paying him that for 1 year? Yeah,
I think we do.
Yeah, because if not, he'll go elsewhere and get some money. I mean, he could go to the Chiefs. He could go to.
It's a new regime. I don't know, honestly. I don't know how they think.
Yeah.
If it was the same one that drafted him 4th overall, I think they for sure tag him. But, new front office, new everything. Matt Ryan's kind of running the show. Who knows?
Fair
Maybe
point.
we let him walk. But if we let him walk, what fucking Charlie Warner's our tight end 1 now? It gets pretty bleak back there at tight end. I guess, we could just, I don't know what the tight end free agent market is looking like, but
yeah,
I think we don't really have a good replacement for him.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I think he also.
And when Drake London was gone, he was
pretty good.
When Drake London is not playing, he is like top 4 in receiving yards per game.
Yeah,
the history of the NFL. He gets a lot of work. So yeah, I think we tag him.
Okay. Next name on here, which I'm gonna vote before I even say it, a major bag, is Kenneth Walker. I think he stays and gets a bag from Seattle, considering they have
Wasn't
a lot
there
of money.
Talks that they're gonna move on for him. That's not the consensus, but am I tripping or was I not seeing it? Right?
I mean,
Well,
I
seen that
personally
last week.
don't remember
That
seeing
they're gonna
anything
move
like
on
that.
and try to look for a replacement in the draft, even though in the draft
But
I don't think the running back room this year is very deep. I think there's a couple good guys at the top, and outside of that, it gets pretty.
The only reason I don't think that's good at all for them is considering that Zach Charbonnet tore his shit. So like he's done.
That's what I'm saying. I remember seeing a report, seeing something that they're going to be looking to replace him. It's kind of just like a biz. I don't know. I don't remember where it was. I didn't save the tweet or nothing, but I remember seeing that. I don't know how much merit there is in that. So I was just going off that. I mean, they probably should pay him.
Yeah, I am looking into it. It is kind of up in the air from some of these reports that I'm seeing. 5 days ago, Walker will become an unrestricted free agent next month. Projects as one of the best players on the market, and the Seahawks are unlikely to franchise tag him. So maybe there is a world where he doesn't. I mean, coming off a Super Bowl MVP performance and the fact that he went that crazy in the playoffs when he was given a full workload, I feel like that's a no-brainer, especially after losing, your coordinator and we'll see what Jeff Bezos
has to say about that when they sell the team to him.
Yeah, so. I don't know. I would personally give him the bag. I mean, it's not going to be major. You're not going to be giving this guy $25 million a year or something stupid like that. But give him the money he deserves. Kenneth Walker is without a doubt one of the better backs in this league. The next name, which I think heavily is going to get a bag from another team, is Trey Hendrickson. Where would you lean?
He's probably gone.
Yeah, I think almost guaranteed. I would say I think he's a goner.
I'm surprised he didn't get traded.
Yeah,
that was a big. I mean,
it was just
there probably
wasn't
a lot of value behind it because obviously he's going to be becoming a free agent. So I don't know what the value was looking like. The Bengals were probably wanted too much and nobody was willing to give that. So yeah. But he's probably gone.
Yeah. And finally, Breece Hall of the New York Jets. I am going to vote. I might vote tag here. I would want him to go sign somewhere else. I just don't know, bro. It's just a weird situation with the Jets. I don't know how to gauge this. I'm just gonna go with my
surprised.
gut.
I really was surprised he also wasn't traded either.
Yeah, that's another name. I for sure thought he was gone at the deadline. But again, I think it's just that 1 year deal thing. Unless the team that he was getting traded to got the green light that he's willing to re-sign, which I think the number one team that he was marketed to was the Chiefs, and I don't know why they wouldn't have made that move because Pacheco is, that guy is not even a backup in this league. He's beyond that. I don't know. I think I'm going to go tag. I'm just going to go with my gut. I'd like him to go somewhere else, but for some reason my gut is telling me tag. I'm assuming you're the opposite with bag.
Probably bag, but I mean, if they decide to tag him, it's not his choice. I think he would like to go to another team.
Yeah,
I think he was also wasn't he tweeting he was surprised or some shit that he wasn't gone, or wasn't he tweeting that he was gonna be traded?
It was something like that. I think it was when his teammates were getting traded. There was some type of tweet that he made, or maybe it was.
I think he's just surprised that he was still there. I think.
Yeah.
I think he was ready to go. I think he was ready for that relationship to be done. But
I could very well see it. That was the last name that I had on that list. Before we get into this game,
no Tyler Algier.
Enough said. Moving on to the next thing.
Is wrong with you?
Moving on to the next thing that I have
start on the Raiders, buddy.
before we get into this game that we have, Bleacher Report dropped their top 99 quarterbacks, and this list is interesting. So I don't know if you've seen this. I will go ahead and share this to you on Twitter just so you can take a look in case there's anything you want to add on to this. But I think there's a couple rankings that I'm in a heavy disagreement with. So at the top of the list, you're not going to find much arguments out of me. Brady at 1. They got Montana at 2, followed by Peyton at 3, Mahomes at 4. I personally think Mahomes is the second best quarterback ever, but I'm not going to be mad at this ranking. I mean, you really could go intertwine with all those guys. Rodgers at 5. You find my biggest problem at number 8 with Drew Brees. Drew Brees is number 8. He's ranked below Brett Favre, and he's ranked below John Elway. John Elway, I get it. It's different eras. It's this and that. John Elway peaked at 27 touchdowns in a year. I don't care what type of things you say to me. I get it. I wasn't watching John Elway. He's not better than Drew Brees, I'll tell you that much. And Brett Favre can take his 3 MVPs and knock himself down the list because I don't care about none of that. I don't care about a guy that has the most interceptions of all time. You're not better than the most accurate quarterback of all time and a guy that really should have multiple MVPs and doesn't have any. Doesn't have any. Got robbed, flat out robbed of multiple. That's my first one that I have on here. Now these ones, this is where I want to see if you're.
I'm just gonna say this right now.
What's that?
Otto Graham should be top 10.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro. One. I think I'm just a hater of these type of quarterbacks. Is Eli Manning at 24 crazy, or is that just me? I think I'm just a hater of these type of quarterbacks. I don't know.
I mean, what are they doing the list on? I mean,
I'm assuming
I don't
it's just
think they're
flat
going
out.
the list off of like who the best talent is, like who the best player is. I'm sure they're heavily involving. What is this, greatest or best?
I mean, I'm assuming it's just ranking the top. Let me see, all-time NFL.
Because I'm sure they're
ranking
heavily
the top 99
heavily
quarterbacks in NFL
including
history.
they're heavily including careers. I mean accomplishments and things like that. I mean, Elway's a 3-time Super Bowl champion, right? 2-time, 3-time.
Yeah, 2-time, I think.
I don't know. I don't think they're necessarily saying they're better quarterbacks overall than like Breeze and stuff. I think that's just how they're doing their list, and they're incorporating both.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard to do it like that because we look at it, we're more numbers guys, and just player for player. But they're factoring in the careers, I guess.
I think a
lot more than we would.
I factor in peak and skill sets so much along. Like, if you have a guy like a Josh Allen skill set in his career,
Dog.
like,
I mean, Norm Van Brocklin is just straight up a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. You're not convincing me otherwise.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't get behind this. I cannot.
Dude, Norm Van Brocklin threw for 600 yards in a game. Stop playing with him.
I cannot get behind. And this is the other part that I wanted to get to. Like,
almost 600.
Lamar and Allen. Lamar's at 28, I want to say, 28, and I think Allen's at 35. I think these guys are closer.
You just can't do it that high. You just can't put them that high.
I know, but it's just
because there's too many homers. It says the sport is not consumed by, our type of generation as much as we like to think it is. Like, there's a lot of older people that, I'm not saying people that want Norm Van Brocklin to be top 10, but like, people that grew up on Elway, people that grew up on Montana, and like Montana was the greatest of their for a long time until Brady came along. So I just think, it's just you can't really just discredit that at this point.
It's fair. It is tough.
They gotta please the what's the phrase? I don't know. There's a phrase I'm looking up thinking of saying.
I can't even remember. I don't even know what you're trying to say. I think I do, but
come on, bro. Respect Bob Grease.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I do have trouble when it comes to that, like putting
I'm
much
struggling
respect.
to find out where the fuck Matty Ice is at.
I was really about to say, do you know where your boy? I have him right here.
I'm looking. 41.
Yeah, 41. Do you have a problem with that? Is he better than Ken Anderson? Is he better than Randall Cunningham?
Randall Cunningham was a damn good player.
Is he better than Sonny Jurgensen? Sonny Jurgensen. Wow, that's like an elite troll name.
All right, he's not better than Bobby Lane.
That's for sure.
Bobby Lane, 196 touchdowns, 243 interceptions, 49 completion percentage.
Yo, come on, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
New York Bulldogs legend Bobby Lane.
Bro, this is crazy, bro.
He's the most dynamic and charismatic quarterback during the game's pre-Super Bowl era.
Oh, wow. You can see this. His highest top 99 ranking was 18.
Yeah.
18. Wow. Y.A. Tittle was also highest.
I'm going to pull Mohammed Light right now and say the developers need to genuinely kill themselves.
Bro, Allen's
niche.
Really?
Niche call.
Is this Allen's highest top 99 ranking was 20?
Hey, Matt Ryan's high is 24.
I'm curious, though, because how would he drop 15 spots?
What was his lowest?
50. I'm assuming 50 was like when he first, after his first few years jumped onto the scene, was popping off in the playoffs. How does he peak at 20 and fall to 30? Like they rethought it and put Bob Greasy over him? That's weird. That doesn't even make sense to me.
Well, man, respect Daryl LaMonica.
Yeah, this ranking is off. Lamar's too low. Allen's too low.
Respect
and
Roman
Drew Brees
Gabriel
is too low. And my boy Derek Carr is on here somewhere. I think he's like 90.
Roman Gabriel or Rich Gannon?
Well, Rich Gannon played for the Raiders, so you know where I'm going. And he won an MVP. In a year where his numbers were not very pretty, but
so did Roman Gabriel.
I wasn't watching the NFL, so I don't know what he was looking like. Gonna be honest, never even came close to hearing of the name Roman Gabriel, but I'll give it to you. I'm trying to find. I remember seeing Carr on here, and I can't remember where he's at. And there's a lot of quarterbacks.
George Blanda too low. George Blanda too low. I'll say that.
Where is he at?
54.
Sheesh.
Damn, Andrew Luck made the list.
The legend. Oh yeah, got to.
That's surprising.
I mean, he had a couple. He had some peak years in there. I mean,
6 seasons.
If Don Meredith is making it, we gotta give some respect.
I just didn't think they'd put someone up there who only played 6 seasons.
Yeah, I think he had. Did he have 2? No, he had 2 good years, but I'm trying to think. I don't remember if they were 2 40-touchdown seasons or it was like a 38.
Hey, respect John Hadle.
Yeah. You're just
244 touchdowns, 268 interceptions.
You're just finding names you've never heard of and telling me to put respect on them. Which I'm just not going to do, unfortunately.
Buddy, I'm going to need you to respect John Brody.
I just can't. I just simply cannot.
Damn, this guy was a Niners quarterback. I actually never heard of him. John Brody. What year did he play?
That actually sounds familiar. I watched a NFL trivia channel.
3rd overall pick in 1957 draft. Damn, I need to get my ball knowledge up.
No bullshit. I think I have heard of John Brody before. That name sounds like incredibly familiar.
Who is this? Matt Hasselbeck?
All right, what are we doing here? I was about to say we got to stop the pizzy. We got to stop the pizzy pod after that. Yeah, that's I had to give some thoughts on that. It's tough to do rankings for sure.
Hey, respect Dutch Clark.
Please stop. Please
respect Dutch Clark. 11 touchdowns, 26 interceptions.
Stop. We have to move on. This
guy was a running back. Why is he? Bro, he has more rushing yards than passing yards. More rushing touchdowns than passing touchdowns.
Bro,
why is this guy on the top 100 fucking quarterback list?
I mean, hey, you ask some people, and they're gonna tell you that our running back is ranked at 28. So
that's why he was a Portsmouth Spartans legend.
Yeah, come on, bro. You're saying teams I've never heard of. Okay, we're gonna move on to the game that we're gonna play, which is, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of this. It is 15 words or less. We are going to generate. We're gonna use
respect Jeff Garcia.
Yo, please stop. Okay, Jeff Garcia.
Jeff.
No, Jeff Garcia had some solid ass years. For
74 is a bit low.
Yeah, he had some solid years. Him and
I'm taking
Terrell
him
Owens.
over. I'm taking him over Vinny Testaverde. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got me there. I'll agree with you there. But anyway, we're going to generate 7 random words, both of us. And the goal of this, let's say, for example, the words are Raiders, Derrick Henry, fumble, sack. We are going to go through that list and word for word, like let's say, my first word is fumble, and I'm describing it to Jaden. I have to use one word to describe it, and I keep on going, and I have to try to get Jaden to guess all 7 of my words by using 15 words or less. If I can't, then I fail. Right? For example, if it's fumble, I might say turnover, and then I might say like strip, right? And those 2 words he would be able to figure out fumble. And obviously it has to be one at a time. I can't be like, okay, turnover, strip. Like I can't say it like that. I'd have to go turnover, then he guesses. If he doesn't get it, then I would say strip. Then he might, land on fumble. It's like that. So we're each going to generate 7 words and give it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and do mine. Give me 1 second for me to generate these words for me. Let me see. Can you generate 7 NFL, we'll say, names, terms, teams, and anything else? Names, terms, teams, and I think that's it. I think really just NFL names, terms, and teams. I don't think I could think. Like I would go phrases. I would go phrases. I actually tested this out, and I did phrases, and it gave me like, bro, it gave me like fucking. It gave me. All right,
I asked it. I said generate 7 random words that have to do with the NFL. Could be players, terms, or teams.
Did it give you some good ones?
I got 7 good words, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to... Well, how did you word that?
Generate 7 random words that have to do with the NFL. It could be players, terms, or teams.
The NFL could be... Okay. Let me see if it gives me some good ones. Loading.
Oh, get me the fuck out of here. Jalen Hurts on this list. Yep.
Okay. We're just gonna while I'm
Hey, this
loading.
is Rashad McCants.
Okay. Okay. This is good. I think. Okay, this isn't bad. Okay. I like. Okay, my 7 are good. Hopefully we didn't get duplicates. But do you want me to start or you to start?
You start. No, fuck.
Okay.
I'll start.
So you'll give me the hints, or I'm giving you the hints?
Yeah.
I don't. You'll
I'll
give me the hints.
the hints.
Okay. Sorry.
So I just got to say one word.
So you're giving again.
It doesn't matter what the word is, as long as it's not.
It's just trying to get me to guess. It's almost like
okay.
It's like code
I
names.
got you.
It's like code names essentially.
I got you.
One-on-one.
Got you.
Okay.
All right.
And again, one more thing. You can't obviously say a word that's in it, but that's obvious. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm nervous. What do we got first?
Brittany.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep.
Okay. That was a Lasky.
All right. Oh, I got one. All right. Cheese.
Packers.
Yep.
Okay. This feels easy, but we'll take it.
All right. Ooh, shit. All right, this one. How do I do this? I might have to do two with this. I'll do two since I got the first ones. All right. This one I'll do Rusher.
Okay. Rusher. I for some reason I automatically thought of like a quarterback that's a rusher, but I'm just gonna Derrick Henry.
Free.
Rusher free. Blitz?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. All right, we'll take that.
All right. Shit. I got it such a good one, bro. I just don't know if we're on the same wavelength for this.
Yeah, it's like a mix. It's like code names and wavelength.
You gotta be tapped in.
All right, I'm ready.
Fart.
Oh my god. I feel like I should know this. Fart. Why do I know this?
Damn.
I feel like I should. I feel like I just saw something with this.
All right. I got a good one if you don't get it. Yeah.
Fart. What the fuck? Why do I feel like I know this, but I also don't?
I think this one that I'm gonna say would have been better to say first, but I was curious if we'd get it off. If you get it off that word.
I'm off. I'm gonna say. I'm thinking a dirty bubble. C.J. Stroud. No.
What the fuck is dirty bubble?
You don't know what that is?
I don't know what that is.
He was in like the interview with his teammate. I forgot who it was. Bro, you gotta look this up. And
the fuck is dirty bubble?
Yo, he was doing like a it was like during like the off season and I think it was Tyleek Williams had walked by. They were doing like a crossover of teams, and he was talking to his teammate. He was like fatty, and then he was like, "Oh my bad, that's my teammate, Dirty Bubble." And I couldn't think of who he was talking to, but I'm pretty sure it was Tyleek Williams. I'll tell you, you gotta look it up. That clip is actually hilarious.
Don't know that. All right.
How many
12.
How many words are we at? Sorry,
we're at 4. We're on 4.
Okay.
12.5.
12.5 fart. Fuck. I'm gonna fuck this up. You're gonna fuck this up
so I lose.
Yeah.
You gotta remember
I'm not trying. I'm not trying. I feel like I should know fart. Like I feel like I just saw something.
Stop thinking about that.
Okay. But that is one of my clues. 12.5. 12 and a half. 12 and a half. What the fuck is 12 and a half?
God damn.
Bro. I'm so lost, bro. Since we got so many in one, we got 2 in one. I'm in. I just got a punt. I don't know, bro. I'm not tapped in, I guess.
Can I say the name of a team for one of my words?
If it's not, yeah, like if you have like a player on the team, you can say a team. But if it's like yeah, I think that's allowed. I'm just gonna punt. I don't want to take up too much time. I'm gonna just say Seahawks because the 12th man.
Penn State.
Micah.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's what it is. It's because he fucking tried to block out his fucking fart.
Yes.
Oh my God. I knew I saw something with that, but I couldn't. I was thinking of like Amon Ra and his podcast, and like if they had a guest on there, I couldn't think, bro. Fuck,
All
bro, I
right.
should have got that.
All
That's
right.
bad. 3. All right, I need another one piece.
6.
6. Touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lay ski. We take those.
Damn, bro. This is just so easy. Jeff Garcia.
49ers.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, last one. What's a good one I could do for this?
By the way, I'm looking at mine right now. I have some tough ones, but
Easy. Bootleg.
play action.
Yeah.
Is bootleg 2? I
What?
wanted to ask that before. Where do we limit like the 2 words? Like are you said
That's one word.
No, I get it, but I'm saying like 12.5. That just popped into
That's
my head.
one word though.
No,
That's one
I know,
number.
but I'm saying yeah, I guess it is.
You
just
could
a
only
number,
say
but-
only if it's like the name of something is when you could do 2 words. I'd say
Okay.
like the
That's-
name of a team.
Like if I wanted to say water bottle, is that not allowed?
Hell no.
Okay.
Fuck no.
I just wanted to see where the rules are at. Okay, so how many was that my last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I cleared
that's
it.
1, 2, 3, fucking 6 now with parts, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, it took me 11 words because you're an idiot.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. I got mine. I got some tough fucking ones, bro. I got tough ones. Okay. I also wanna all right, I'm gonna have you track down your number of words if you can, because I don't think I'm really able to. So just if you have something up, or you can just type like 1, 2, 3.
right.
Okay. We'll start it out. First one, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
Yep. Next, Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Lions?
Yeah, we got two layups out the way. Now these ones are going to be a little bit tougher. I'm gonna say change.
Audible?
Yeah. Okay. Nice, dude. You know where I was gonna go next? I was gonna say triangle, right? Because don't you press triangle to make an audible? Or have I not played Madden in that long? Okay. All right. That was nice. Fuck. Okay. Nick Eamon-Worry. Is that 2 words, or are we counting that as one? Because it's a name, right?
No, that's a name. That's a
Okay.
name.
Nick Eamon-Worry.
Safety.
Coverage. This is the toughest one, I think. Fuck.
Nick Eamon-Worry coverage. Fuck. Coverage?
I might have not
I
been.
don't-
I might have started with a bad player to start with, but that's already where I went. So far, I mean, to be fair, we got the first 3 and only 3 words.
No, it wouldn't be. No, fuck. No, let me not say that. Because you'd be basically saying the word.
Right now we're at 5 words.
5?
Yeah, because we went 3 for 3.
One. Yeah,
Went 3 for 3,
right.
and then 2
Damn,
right here.
Nick Eamon-Worry in coverage? That's tough. I mean, I guess I don't want to sit here forever, but
I
Nick
start.
Eamon-Worry coverage.
I'm gonna take
let's
fault.
do
I started with a bad player to start out with. I think I could have started
quarters.
better. Texans.
Texans.
This is tough. This is tough, bro. Oh, I got it.
Cover 2?
No. Cent. Like CENT. Cent.
Nickel?
Yeah, it's nickel defense. I'm gonna give you that. Nickel defense. It was tough. I mean, I was just trying to find like hybrid players that play in the middle. I should have started with Jalen Petrie because he's really a nickel.
See, I would have said 8 DBs. That's just me though.
Yeah. All right. That was 4. Yeah, so we're up to 7. Yeah, we're up to 7. I got it. That was 4 words. It was 4 on that one, and then we went 3 for 3 on the other.
What are we on now? 5?
Yeah, we have 3 words left with 8 words. But I think we might go 3 for 3 on these. I think we should have did 10 words because this is low. I didn't realize it would be this easy. I wish we would have had harder ones. Like we should have took out names and teams or teams and I don't know. That makes it way too easy. All right, next Steelers.
Steelers?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers?
Defense.
TJ Watt.
Yep. Okay, 9. Jalen Hurts.
Eagles.
Yeah. I think the teams and names are low-key too easy. All right, 10. As long as this doesn't take 5, which I don't think it will. I'm going to say Hut.
Hut?
Yep, Hut.
Hard count.
Bang. Bang. On 10 or 11. I think we tied. Because it was 4-2, which is 6, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we tied. We tied at 11 because nickel defense took 4. It's probably on me. I should have started it a little bit different. I probably should have started it with like cent and then went coverage. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. Okay, that we probably should alter that if we want to do that again, or if we're doing another game, probably make it a little more difficult because that was ridiculously easy. But let's finally get into what you guys have been waiting for, which is our rankings of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL. And this, similar to the quarterbacks, was extremely tough. We have a lot of top-tier receivers in our league, and it makes these rankings really hard because we don't base this off of solely last year, as we mentioned the quarterbacks. It's really an overall landscape. You know, you factor in last year for sure, 100%. It weighs a lot. You also factor in a player's skill set, you know, how great you think they potentially could be. You kind of factor in all these things to one. You don't want to, you know, lean towards one way too much or the other, but that's pretty much the explanation of these rankings. So as we're doing, similar to last week, how do you want to start first or do you want me to start first?
No, I started first last week,
so I'll start first. Okay. And we might start out with, I don't know, because I don't think this player can get as that high. I have your boy at number 10. I have Drake London as my number 10 wide receiver in the NFL. This is a guy who has progressed a lot ever since he got in the league. A guy that I did not think would be, I would say, as fluid as a route runner as he is right now. This guy easily could be a top 7 receiver, top 6 receiver after next year, depending on, you know, his quarterback situation and how that goes. But Drake London, one of the best contested catch wide receivers in the league just 2 years ago when he was, healthy and had a full season of, solid quarterback play. He went out there and had 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns and kind of broke onto the scene. Took obviously a big step back this past year, but a guy that's still young, still has a lot of potential. But yeah, obviously,
he missed a lot of time.
Obviously was hurt, but a guy that has a lot of potential and a lot of time to grow. I got him at 10 right now. I'm hoping it would change, but that's where I got him starting out my list. I got your boy, unfortunately, at number 10.
At my 10, I have Nico Collins. There's a lot of players that could have been at this 10 spot. For me, I had Nico Collins. I think he just was less efficient this year than he was, his previous seasons. Although, like, if you just look at the raw numbers, like, it's not too crazy from what he did last year than the year before. But I think he was just a less efficient player, and obviously that could come from quarterback play, or that almost certainly came from quarterback play, and offensive, their offensive struggles. And I still think he's, a really good player. I think I'd still taking these 9 guys above him. And yeah, that's who I had at my 10.
That's fair.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
wait,
you go ahead and start.
I gotta
with your
go
9.
9. All right, my 9. I had AJ Brown, and he's one I had a little higher. Before we started this, I think I moved him down, raised somebody else up. I think AJ Brown obviously is still a tremendous player. I don't think this season really says how good of a player he is, like, numbers wise. I don't think he's a top 10 receiver, like, numbers wise this season, but I think he's a far better player than, what his, statistics say, an offense that doesn't really favor him at all, just kind of offense that favors the tush push, it seems like. It's either just throw a deep ball to him and hope he can come down to it with it and hope he's in a good position to catch it. And yeah, I think he's better than 9, but I think just if I'm factoring in, next season and what I think he'll be at and where he ended this season at, I have him at 9.
Yeah, that's fair. I also have AJ Brown at number 9, a guy that I'm gonna be honest, I forgot about. I had made my ranking and was going back and forth with it over these past couple of days, and I think I think it was this morning when I was going over it again. I was like, bro, I forgot AJ Brown. Like, that's the type of year that he had and really that whole team had over there in Philadelphia. A guy that I think is without question a top 5 talent at receiver, and just kind of getting overshadowed and overlooked over there in Philadelphia. I'm like really, really confident this guy is going to be on a new team next year, which I'm all for, and a guy that will 1,000% be a lot higher on this list after next season. I got full confidence that AJ Brown will have a humongous bounce back year on a new team. I just think that relationship is too broken to kind of reconstruct. So AJ Brown, after a really down year, I think unfortunately for me falls to number 9, but a guy that, as I mentioned, I believe he'll be top 7 at least going into next season. My number 8 is a guy in his same division and jumped up a lot on a lot of people's lists, was George Pickens. A guy that is, without question, the best jump ball receiver in the league currently. You can check out every single number, every single statistic you want. If you throw this guy the football, he's going to come down with it. I believe his contested catch percentage, geez, can I talk, was a league high 75%. That is crazy. 3/4 of the time, this guy's coming down with the football when he is contested. a guy that's a monster and a guy that is going to get a monster deal potentially in this upcoming season. And it could be from my team. Who knows? I would be a little bit skeptical just because George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb had their run in when they came to play the Raiders in Vegas. They couldn't even play the first drive. So a guy like that, I'd be a little bit nervous in Vegas. But hey, a guy like that out there at receiver, I'll take that for my man Mendoza to throw the football to. But yeah, after a amazing year in Dallas, George Pickens, arguable first-team All-Pro player, ends up at number 8 for me on my list.
At my number 8, I have Drake London. And contrary to what you just said, I think he has an argument for being the best contested catch artist in the league. Yeah. I know you just said look at all the numbers that favors him. I mean, looking at numbers right here, Drake London has the most contested catches in the NFL since 2023.
Yeah.
And that is a number.
Mm-hmm.
But just, obviously watching this guy play every week, this could be some bias into it. But, I mean, he really is like one of the best just receivers, like at just finding that hole in the zone. Like he's just so fluid out there moving, and at his size, 6'4" at his frame, such strong hands, and like I said, one of the best contested catch artists in the league. I would say the one knock on his game at this point in his career, which he's still so young and he can get better at, and that's his separation and man coverage. He's not the quickest player out there. He's not the fastest. Yeah. And that, I feel like that kind of hinders him sometimes. But I mean, he makes up for it, with the contested catch stuff. I mean, he catches everything that's thrown at him, and I think he can peak very high on this list. Mm-hmm. With consistent quarterback play, depending on how that looks next year, he might even be higher on my list. But yeah, Drake London is my number 8. And my number 7 is George Pickens. For all the reasons you said, I personally didn't think he had this in his game. A season like this, I thought he was kind of more of a one-trick pony, as I think a lot of people did. I still don't think he's that great of a route runner. I think what I underestimated is just how quick he is. Like, he's, pretty fast.
Yeah.
He's pretty fast. I don't think I ever realized that. And yeah. I think he showed it a lot this year, for, not being the greatest route runner. I think his speed just kind of overwrites that. Just put him on just on a streak. He's catching it, put him on a post. He's catching it, taking it 70 yards, a slant, same thing. He doesn't have to have the most developed route tree to put up what he did. What do you have, 1,500 yards or 1,400 yards or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was 14.
So, yeah. I have George Pickens at number 7.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my 7. And based on your list, I don't think my number 7 made your list. And that's crazy because that means we have this guy separated by probably 5 spots or so, considering he'd probably be your number 11 or 12. I have Malik Neighbors at number 7.
He didn't make my list. Sorry.
And I don't know if this is just me just holding on to the talent that he is at receiver. Obviously, he went down with injury on the 3rd game or 4th game of the year. But Malik Neighbors is almost like a perfect prototype wide receiver build for me. I mean, I know he's not 6'4", this big 250 guy, but he's such a fluid route runner. I mean, in and out of routes, he has incredible speed for a receiver, and I think you could make an argument that he could not look the same coming off of his injury. We've seen guys come back from a lot of tough injuries. I mean, this is a new league. It's not like 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, where a guy tears their ACL or tears their Achilles or anything like that, and they just don't look the same. A lot of guys can come back and look even better. So I got all the confidence in the world that Malik Neighbors is going to come back and have a great season with the Giants. And man, I'm just such a fan of this guy. I think he's a superstar, man. And it could be a little bit of biasness for me, my liking of him, but I have him at number 7. You know,
You grew that biasness pretty fast, huh?
yeah, I mean, pretty much. I just, you know, but
I just want to go back to, the pre-draft with Neighbors, and
yeah,
I have some old receipts right here.
I mean,
of you making fun of me for being high.
I'm sorry. No, I did. Now this is what it was. I was very a Marvin Harrison Jr. guy. Sorry for being a fan of a freak. I mean, I don't think people realize how crazy Marvin Harrison Jr.'s college tape was compared to the NFL. I mean, this guy, like, when you watch him in the NFL, it's two completely different players. Like, I was going back and watching a lot of it, bro. His route, like his releases, his routes, or his separation at the top of routes, his speed, everything. It is literally two different players when you look at it. I mean, when you watch him run in the NFL, he's like, I don't know, his arms move weird. He's like, he does. It's just a weird fall off from Marvin Harrison, bro. It is weird. It is weird.
Oh my God, I'm looking at it.
I've
Neighbors over MHJ all over again. Don't overthink it. Rookie contract Odell as a floor.
Yeah, that's
season ain't even started yet. Dick mouth is what I replied. Yet you said don't need it to. 96 receptions, 1,300 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Book it. And then I posted what I thought Neighbor's stat line would be, and you just laughed at me.
What did you say?
I just said I'll take 84 for 1,250 and 11.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there, but yeah.
That was bad. That was bad of me. I'll hold that. I'll hold that. I get really high on prospects that I like, and I have these unreal expectations for them, and for some reason they all just fall off a cliff. I thought Jeff Okudah would be an all-pro
It's not so
player.
much about missing on MSJ. I'm just like, you said you're biased towards Neighbors.
Yeah, I'm biased towards him now. I'm a big fan. What can I say? I love.
But
his
yeah,
game.
I don't know. I just like he had a phenomenal rookie season, but then he got hurt. Game 3 this year? It's just I can't put him up here with these guys. Like it's just not fair.
It's fair.
Not fair to the guys that worked for it.
I think.
So I'm guessing that means you don't have Nico on your list.
I don't have Nico. He was an honorable mention. I don't have Tet was really close to being my number 10.
It's just Nico. That's it. That's the only player we swapped. Nico and Neighbors.
Yeah, and technically.
Which that's not fair to Nico.
Yeah, it's fair. And Nico was a guy that was close. Those two that I mentioned, Tet and Nico, were close to jumping up. And I went back and forth. I had, all these players fluctuated. I had Neighbors as far as I think 9. I had Drake London, I think, as high as 8. I was, fluctuating these guys.
Also, too, I mean, like, I don't mean to, I like Neighbors, but it's a nasty injury he had.
Yeah, that's the one thing that
it's hard. It's hard to really say that he's going to come back and you just 100% be as good of a player that he was before that injury. Yeah. That ain't just like a regular ACL tear. I mean.
Yeah,
they say I seen doctors say it's comparable to getting shot with a 12 gauge in your knee. I'm joking.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
No,
oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean, that was his knee is messed up.
Yeah, it is very fair. I'll have to see it, and I'm hoping that it's not the case. But I'm a Malik guy. I'm a Malik guy. So he falls at number 7, and my number 6, this top 6 is going to be consensus. It's going to be interesting to see where we go throughout this. But my number 6 is CeeDee Lamb, a guy that to start the year I thought was without a doubt a top 3 receiver. And, due to injury and really just, I don't know if it was mental issues. This guy had a lot of games with a lot of bad drops, and specifically that first game against the Eagles where he still had a respectable stat line. I think he had like over 100 yards and like 7 catches or something like that. But he had like 3 to 4 really, really rough drops. and a huge part in why they dropped that game to the Eagles to start the year. But CeeDee Lamb, I think in a full healthy year, I think easily jumps back into the top 5 and could be even higher. But we got some ballers in the league, so he'll have to show up to his 2023 self to really get his name back up in that mix. But CeeDee Lamb, another one of my guys, another one of my favorites, fall at number 6 for me.
At my number 6, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And, phenomenal player. And I do want to say, we may have one viewer that may not like that. I told my boy about this podcast, and he's a big Lions fan. Me and him go back and forth all the time about this.
Yeah.
I just say you're lucky I didn't put Drake London over Amon-Ra. I'll just say that right now. But, for the sake of, being consensus and, not being completely biased, I have Amon-Ra at 6, phenomenal player. Good run blocker, strong, good hands, bit of a slot merchant, but great player. Amon-Ra at 6. There you go, Jose. But my number 5, I have CeeDee Lamb, and for all the reasons you said, great player. I still think he's the same player he was when he put up 1,700 yards. I don't think much has changed. Didn't suffer a big injury or nothing,
Yeah.
Little knick-knack stuff here and there. He's really drippy. No, I'm joking. He's a great player.
Yeah.
And, I think, by default, your numbers are going to definitely take a hit when your team gets an addition of a player like Pickens on there. But, we'll see next season what he looks like fully healthy.
Yeah.
And, Still, how old is CeeDee? 24, 25?
No, he's got to be a little bit older because he came in.
Is he?
He came in 2020 class. He's probably 26, 27. Yeah, 26.
26. He's right at his peak. I don't think he's far off from that 1,700 yard season. So
yeah. I definitely agree with that. I think obviously it's similar to the quarterbacks where we had a lot of guys flipped. We have this one flipped. I have Amon-Ra right above CeeDee at number 5, and I think it was just due to Amon-Ra. One thing that I always have to put respect on is consistency. And when a receiver is 4 years straight of 1,100 plus yards, 6 plus touchdowns, 100 plus receptions, and that's his low. You're really looking at the past 3 years where he goes 119 for 1,510. Next year, 115 for 1,200 yards and 12. And then this past year, 117 for 1,411. Just consistent. Just a guy who is going to play every single game, hasn't missed a game in 5 years. Just Mr. Consistent is what I call him. Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 5 for me. Again, like you said, he's a guy that dominates from the slot. He's not really in a typical X type of receiver, but not everybody can be. And at the end of the day, he dominates from his spots. So I got to put respect on some consistency over there.
He's an interesting
player
too, because can you compare him to another slot type receiver, with his build, the way he plays?
Yeah, probably not, because he's so.
I want to say Hines Ward. Is that a good comparison? Was Hines Ward in the slot?
I think.
Or was he more of an X?
I think he might have did more of both. I can't give you super big insight. Obviously, his prime was a little bit before we started watching, but I think he was more so both probably. If I had
his
to
prime
assume.
Was when we were born, by the way. So,
yeah.
I wouldn't say a little bit before.
I thought he was still. No, I guess I'm more so thinking his prime because he was still playing in 06 to 08, or am I tripping? I was gonna say
he played in 2011.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember him playing a little bit later, but yeah, I guess.
But his prime was for sure. When we were born. But
But that is a good point because
he's just an interesting. He's not the stereotypical Edelman slot.
Yeah.
Like he's not tall.
Yeah.
I always look at him as like a shorter player, like 6 foot might be generous.
Yeah, I think
That's
he's
what he's
close. I
listed
think he's
at.
listed at 6 foot. I think he's like a 5'10" and a half, 5'11"
But I mean,
guy.
he's a built guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's stocky.
his father's a Mr. Olympian or whatever,
Right.
bodybuilder. Yeah, good player.
Yeah.
You know, Drake London is better, but that's neither here nor there. We'll move on. My number 4.
No,
wait,
I'm
are you on
moving,
it?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
you're
moving on to
not.
number
Okay.
4 because Amaral was my 5. My number 4, which, again, as I mentioned, our top 6 is consistent of the same 6 players, obviously, but it's going to be interesting to see where we fall with these. I think we potentially may differ. Another one of my guys, I'm really just a guy of all these receivers, to be honest with you, but another one of my guys.
You're a guy of all these guys.
It makes sense to me. It's Justin Jefferson. I have Justin
It's also
Jefferson.
my 4, so speak for me.
Yeah, we both are the same here. I went back and forth with these guys a lot. And ultimately what it led to was Puka Nacua is doing some unreal stuff, which is the guy that I was going back and forth with between this number 4 spot. And I ultimately, Justin Jefferson has had a down year, and I'm not sure if it's going to look any prettier next year with JJ as his quarterback once again. Now, there's a chance that it could look. I mean, he still put up 1,000 yards. I mean, I don't think it's not looked at the same in this type of game. You know, in a 1,000-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard receiver, those things aren't held to the same status as they were in the 2000s. But Justin Jefferson is still the same talent that he was. But I can't ignore the numbers that some of the other guys have put up, especially over this past year. I mean, once you get to the top, I think you really start looking at this past year more heavily and what these other 3 guys did over this year and some of the past years and just their overall skill set. I think they fall a little bit higher for me than Jefferson. Now, going into this year, he was still my number 1 over all these guys, and due to his situation, he's dropped. I think his skill set hasn't, but his team certainly has. So unfortunately, Justin Jefferson falls from number 1 preseason to number 4 for me. And then we can move on to the top 3 for your top 3.
All right. My 3 is Jamar Chase.
Wow.
That's surprising?
Wow. This is a Josh Allen last pod. Wow.
You have Chase at 1?
Wow. I have Jamar Chase as the best receiver in the NFL. Wow.
Dang, I thought our 1 and 2 were gonna be the same, and we were gonna like count down and do this.
I didn't think.
Not. Thanks for ruining it.
Yeah, I got Chase as my number 1. I'll let you go. I mean, you got Chase, so I'll let you talk and go through it. But yeah, this is a Josh Allen situation. Go ahead.
I mean, honestly, this top of the list, I was pretty confident, like ranking it the top 5. Like I didn't really flip flop on it too much. Like maybe that's just you getting in your own head doing it. But I was pretty confident with mine. I jotted it down and I didn't change it at all. I changed the bottom of my list a lot. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, Chase. Obviously, I wouldn't be mad if he's 1 on anybody's list or 2. I just think, I don't really have to break down the type of player he is. Yeah. I mean, he's one of the best, players in the NFL. I just think these other 2 players, I'll give them their flowers for the season they had this year.
Yeah.
And I think they're also, that's arguable. I'd say in better positions, but I wouldn't say that. I'd say Chase, with Burrow coming back, is going to still be in a great position to at least, put up numbers.
Yeah.
Whether that attributes to winning, probably not. But, yeah. Chase at 3.
Okay. So I guess, obviously, we differ. We differ in our top 3. I guess we can see.
I don't think he was the home run hitter that the other 2 were this year. Also,
yeah,
obviously that comes down to quarterback play, and really like yeah, I mean, really just like the way they had to utilize him. I mean, his yards per reception dropped by like 2 this year, and he had virtually the same amount of catches he did last year with 300 less yards.
Right.
And 9 less touchdowns. So obviously, he was in a rough situation quarterback play wise, but I think the other guys just had really good years. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then,
all right, since we know Chase is at 1, what if we count down to see then who we have higher between 1 and 2?
Okay.
Actually,
so
you know what? No, because I think I already know who your 3 is.
Yeah, because I kind of mentioned him. My number 3
Yeah.
is Puka. Is he your number 2?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, we agree on that part. I do have JSN above Puka. I have JSN as my number 2 and Puka as my number 3. I think what ultimately led to this decision, I think JSN, I think you could argue he's a more complete receiver. I think he really has the entire route tree. I think he has better speed than Puka. I think hands go to Puka, but overall, everything else, I think the prototypical wide receiver 1 is a JSN type receiver, and that's just my opinion. And trust me, I'm a massive Puka Nacua fan. I have been hunting down this guy's cards for a while, and they keep on going up in price. So I haven't been able to get me one, unfortunately. But I'm a massive Nacua fan. I mean, the guy was number 1 in total EPA, yards per route run, every single stat you could find. These guys were number 1 in both of them from this past year. But I ultimately still led with Chase as my guy at number 1, a Triple Crown guy from 2 years ago, and still put up a great stat line with a mess of an offense that he dealt with. Now, they were definitely force feeding him the ball, but rightfully so. He's that type of player where they should. And yeah, I think these 2 guys definitely got a chance to overtake that crown for a number 1 or number 2 spot. But ultimately, Chase is gonna have to show me different. I mean, that's kind of like how I looked at the ranking last year with Jefferson and Chase. I still had I still had Jefferson as my number 1, despite Jamar having his Triple Crown year. And it's kind of like this. Jamar's coming off his amazing last year, and then this past year, he still puts up a respectable stat line, so he's going to stay at number 1. Now, next year, if he goes out there and puts up 900 yards and misses games, and JSN has another 1,600 yard year, yeah, he'll probably jump to my top 1. Or if Puka goes out there and has another great year, he probably jumps up as well. So that's kind of how I looked at it. But again, it really is interchangeable. I mean, I was very close to keeping Justin Jefferson high on this list and going even higher, potentially a number 2 spot for me. So I really was going back and forth with these guys. And I'm not, as you said, I'm not mad at anybody for where they have these guys ranked, because I really think this 1 through 4 is so interchangeable. You can go any other way you want, and I can't be upset at you. So yeah, it's interesting. Back-to-back pods, we have a same situation where one of us have our number 3 at number 1. That's interesting. Now we didn't share the same 2 like we did last time, but that's funny. Back-to-back pods. Now we got to see where we differ on running backs, because where I have your boy, you're gonna hate me. I'll just say that. No, I don't want to spoil nothing. I'm trolling.
I will leave this pod right now.
I won't spoil nothing.
I will take the kids and leave you.
I'm actually excited to get into the running back rankings, because I think it's going to be interesting. It's similar to
I'm not excited to get into the edges.
Yeah,
I still haven't completed my edges. I told you, once you get past like 7,
yeah,
good luck ranking 8, 9, and 10.
It gets wonky. Even corners, I'm a little bit afraid of, or DBs, I should say, I'm a little bit afraid of. But edges, we know the top 3 consensus, and they all start with M, which is funny. But yeah, that's our rankings. That's gonna be what happened.
Sure about that?
Now you better slow your roll, because if your top 3 edges don't all start with M, I'm gonna leave this podcast. And that's
Flip
enough.
that M upside down. What do you have?
You have a player that's not better than 98. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to rate us 5 stars, and make sure to tune in next week for our running back
We might
rankings
be better than 98 and 1.
and going forward with our
And
edge
9.
rushers and our
99,
DBs
I'm
and our
joking.
top 25 and everything like that. We're out. Peace.